Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check. Let's get this thing going. Uh, mic check, mic check, mic check. Put them ones in the chat if we good. Put them ones in the chat if we good. I'm just uploading a couple things real quick. Let's see. Okay. Uh, okay, let's go to Jeremiah. Let's get this thing started. Okay, cool. Now, let's go to let's go to boom. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Oh, this computer is running slow today. I mean, slow. Okay, cool. All praises. All right. Now, all praises. So we're going to do that. All right. And then, let's see. Let me just put this in Bible stage. Okay. Now, okay. Let me just after that. Okay, cool. All praises. Okay. That's good. That's good. All right. So, and also too, let's pull it up right here. That's 5. Okay, cool. And then notable mentions. I'm not even looking at the chat right now, y'all. So if there's a lot of activity in the chat, I am not looking. I hope the moderators are moderating properly. Let me just pull up my last thing real quick. Let's set the tone. So today I'm not going to okay, here we go. All right. Okay, now let me take a look in the chat here to make sure we're good in the chat. And let's proceed, everybody. We got Debunking War in this. To make sure we're good in the chat. Nah, I'm good. I'm not under no weather. All praise to the Most High. Let me go ahead and make Rakaba moderator in this school. All right, so before I get started, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, and we do so Bahashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. This is the Deacon Sakari. You are now in tune with your beloved brother, I love y'all. I hope y'all love me. Despite me being an asshole sometimes, you know, I remember a few years ago, I did a Facebook post saying, what's everybody's first impression of me? And a lot of people said, Deacon, you come off a real ass, like the real asshole type. But when you get to know me, I'm a very loving brother. Okay, I don't even have to mention the deeds, the alms, the works, but I am a very brotherly brother to my brothers and sisters. But first impression is I could see how certain people may be intimidated or apprehensive to address me, but I'm cool, calm, and collective overall. I say that to say I love you guys. I hope you guys love me, even though sometimes I could be an asshole. We have to bear with each other, and bear each other's burdens and accept each other's flaws. All right. So I want to put on my chill hop. A lot of you guys done stole my website. Let's set the tone. Let's set the tone, y'all. See, this ain't even no aggressive lesson. Even though a lot of people who teach Caleb was an Edomite, Job was an Edomite, them niggas is coons, just to be honest with you. But I'm not going to turn this into an aggressive lesson. This is going to be laid back, chill. Let me know if the volume is good on the background study music. Okay, everything's good. The water, y'all, for helping me out. Somebody said a bit too loud. Okay, a bit too loud. Let's turn it down just a little more. All right. Now, 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Mac be the one that's helpful. All right. All right, we ready. We are ready. I'm taking smoke every day. Taking smoke every day. So let's get started without further ado. Before we debunk the fact that Job is not an Edomite and Caleb is not an Edomite, before we debunk it and prove that they are not Edomites, let's go to why we're going to go for what we call a Rogerian argument. A Rogerian argument is you explaining your standpoint while referencing the opposite standpoint. All right. So before we debunk it, let's go to why they even teach this. For one, we know first and foremost because they love white people. That's first and foremost. But let's go to what they think. Johnny Blaze, if your smoke ain't pertaining to Caleb and Job right now, then you need to wait until I'm done. If your smoke isn't pertaining to Job and Caleb, then you need to wait. Johnny Blaze, matter of fact, post what you want to what you got smoke about. Post what you want smoke about. If it's something like you believe that white people was created in the goddamn Kellogg factory, I'm not gonna entertain that shit today. So let's get started, y'all. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me share my screen. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Where are we at? Okay. Here we go. So a lot of people will use this to try to say that Caleb, let's start with Caleb, right? Let's start with Caleb. That Caleb is an Edomite. Now let's take a look at this, y'all. King Judah Tawarak, Yahbashim Sharakata. All right, so we'll go to Kenizzite, right? Let's just read it first. Numbers 32 and 12. Numbers 32 and 12. Save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, and Joshua, the son of Nun, for they have wholly followed Yahweh. So they take this word, Kenizzite, and we'll get it in the Hebrew. Kenizzite, right? Kenizzites. Now look at this, y'all. I need you guys to pay close attention. A Kenizzite or Kenizzites mean descendant of Kenaz. Descendant of Kenaz. See, a lot of people who want heathens to be saved, they're going to go to Caleb and Joshua. So I want you guys to be well equipped to know how to understand this and deal with this. All right. So this is what they're going to go to. They're going to say that he's a Kenizzite, right? But look, it says descendant of Kenaz. Now, when we look at this, look. The Kenizzites, right? Genesis 15 and 19. It's the same word. It's the same word. Now watch what it says. The Kenites and Kenizzites and Cadmonites. These are Hamites. These are Hamites. Right? So wait a second. Hold on. So you mean to tell me, even though there's a similar word here for save Caleb the Kenizzite, right? Caleb the Kenizzite. Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite, right? Brian Thomas the Wadak, Yabashim Shabakatan. Hold on real quick. Hey, Shalom, bro. Shalom. Oh, pocket dial. I got a pocket dial, y'all. Salakia. Okay, so there's a similar word. Let's type in Kenaz, right? So they won't say, here's how crazy people are. If you guys are losing me, just say, Deacon, I don't understand. Repackage it, and I'll try to rephrase it. I want to try to get this clear. So this word for Kenizzite, the first time we see it is calling Caleb a Kenizzite. The first time we see this word is pertaining to Hamites. But a nigga won't say that Caleb was a Hamite. A nigga's gonna say that Caleb is an Edomite because they love white people. They won't even say Caleb's a Hamite. But what they don't understand is that the world all spoke the Paleo Hebrew. So we had similar names. We all had the same languages. So this is why you would see a Hamite being called by the same name as you. There's an Israelite named Cushi, which we know Cush are the Ethiopians. So we can see that there was a one world language. We all spoke the same, had some of the same names. That's not abnormal. That's not uncommon. All right. Now watch this. Let's just type in Kenaz because that's what it means. It means son of Kenaz. Niggas won't even say he's a Hamite. Niggas go right to the Edomite, right? Now look at Kenaz. Now look, Genesis 36:11, and the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Kenaz. But these, if you guys got kids watching right now, you know what? I'm gonna keep it cool. Whatever. I'm not even gonna go there. It's just amazing to me that we see this word Kenizzite verbatim in Genesis 15 pertaining to Hamites, but these niggas will go to the name that applies to the Edomite. Why can't Caleb be a Hamite? Why he got to be an Edomite? Damn. And this is what we see every day on the street corners. I know I'm taking a while to get to the point. We're going to get there, y'all. I promise, Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But this is what we encounter on the streets and highways and byways every week, every Saturday, weekend, week out for over a decade. It's never what about the Hamite. It's never what about the East Indian. It's never what about the Gook. It's always what about the white man. Oh, so y'all saying the white man can't be saved? It's incredible, but it's really not. It's incredible how the white man has done a number on you niggas. Extremely incredible, right? So even the scholars can't understand what's going on with Caleb, because some scholars may say, oh, he was an Edomite, or some scholars may say he was a Hamite. First of all, we the Israelites, we understand and know this Bible more than any of you goddamn heathens. And I understand this Bible, not to say I'm Moses or Elijah. I understand it more than a Hebrew Israelite cone-ass nigga trying to say white people. Understand that. So let's rewind. It's calling Caleb a Kenizzite, right? But a Kenizzite means a descendant of Kenaz. Now, which Kenaz did he descend from? Whoo! That is the question in hand. That is the question at hand. If we all spoke Hebrew, if we all had some of the same names, if a Kenizzite means descendant of Kenaz, and there's multiple Kenazes, a Hamite Kenaz and an Edomite Kenaz, and guess what, brothers and sisters? There is a Judite Kenaz. So which Kenaz is Caleb a descendant of? That is the most important question. Well, I'm glad I asked myself, and I'm glad I asked you guys. Let us go to the Bible. Let us go to the Bible. Let's go back to Kenizzite for y'all who just came in, and this is what it means: descendant of Kenaz. Which Kenaz does? As we all seen, you guys seen that, right? There's the Hamite Kenizzites, which are a descendant of a Hamitic motherfucker named Kenaz, and then there's Edomite Kenaz, and then there's a Judite Kenaz. This is the sweet science of how to deal with the Bible. This is the sweet science of proper methodology of hermeneutics, right? Why'd you guys time out Crazy Natural Princess? She's actually right. Jobab is not Job. So, Sakari Chicago, I'm not sure why you timed her out. Hopefully that was an accident. But let's continue. Which Kenaz does our beloved brother Caleb belong to? I'll show you guys. Hold up. Hello? Yeah, what was that? Oh my goodness, he's turning to a monster. Yeah. Okay. All right, shalom. All right. Ariel Israel, Tawada Akiyaba Shemeshah Rakatah for the super chat donation. Greatly appreciate you. All right. So now, we all ready? Everybody ready? Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Kenaz. Which Kenaz does Caleb descend from? Let's go to Chronicles. Well, what we did here is, let's type in Kenaz again. Boom. Wait, okay, so now we see there's a Kenaz, Joshua 15 and 17. There's a Kenaz associated with Caleb. Right? Now, there are some discrepancies with some of the genealogies in the Bible especially with Zerubbabel's father, Salathiel. Some say he goes back to Pedaiah. Some say he goes back to Jehoiada, I believe. But we do see in our ancient manuscripts, because they're so ancient, and there's copies and editorial work and erosions and so on in the papyrology, in the papyruses, that certain genealogies may have a few discrepancies or inaccuracies. But the point is we see Kenaz in the line of Judah. So the fact that we see Kenaz in the line of Judah, and Caleb is called a Kenizzite, which means descendant of Kenaz, and then Numbers 13 and 6 says of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, and then Numbers 34 and 19 says, and the names of the men are these, of the tribe of Judah, Caleb. Hold on. Wait one cotton picking minute. So now we see, because any Hebrew Israelite who's teaching Caleb is an Edomite, are you going to tell me that an Edomite can now convert to another ethnicity? No, you sound stupid as hell. Ruth was with us the whole time, still called a Moabite. Achor was with us the whole time, still called an Ammonite. Uriah was with us the whole time, still called a Hittite. There's heathens that were living amongst us. There's heathens in King David's mighty men, still called Canaanites, Moabites, Ammonites, still called by their ethnicity. Women marrying in Rahab, married into Boaz, still called a goddamn Canaanite. No heathen who comes to follow our laws or marries into our nation becomes our ethnicity. That's ridiculous. So now we see, exactly, sister, you cannot convert into an ethnicity. You can't do it, especially being a Judah, right? So it's very clear, brothers and sisters, and it's easy to deal with. So we see him called a Kenizzite, which means a descendant of Kenaz. There's multiple Kenazes. He is a descendant of the Kenaz that comes out of the line of Judah, which is why he's called a Judite in Numbers 34 and 19, and Numbers 13 and 6. Let's start at verse 1. Look at this. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, send thou men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give to the children of Israel. Every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man,
everyone. So this is to the children of Israel. The land, if Caleb is an Edomite, God is a liar, because he said that the land promised is for the children of Israel. Very easy. Oh, we dealt with the descendants of Shishan. When you look at the end of the chapter, it says they're Hamites, not Israelites. We cleaned niggas up on that a half a decade ago. So now, we're done here with Caleb. I'll keep that up just in case the nigga want to come on here and test me later. I'll keep these up still. So let's take a look at something. Well, I want to come back here. Let's go to Job. Now, I want to get the chat involved here. Who knows? Let me take my screen down. Who knows, Brother Marcus, the Wada Ak for the super chat donation. Greatly appreciate you. How about you? Now, who knows why people are saying Job is an Edomite? And I don't want Sakari to answer this either. Who knows why people say that Job was an Edomite? There we go. There we go. Okay. So I see about 2 people got it right. Because the Greek Septuagint. So let me give you guys some quick history real quick. Give you guys some quick history. Okay, who is this? Let me give you guys some quick history real quick. So the Greek Septuagint, when Alexander the faggot, right? Salakia. When Alexander the faggot Greek came and conquered the Israelites around 300 BC, they subjugated us. They attempted, what they did, they beat our heritage out of us. We couldn't keep the Sabbath. We couldn't call ourselves Jews. We couldn't circumcise ourselves, right? And they also made us translate our Hebrew scriptures into Greek, all right? So the reason why they did this is because the white man is insatiable, meaning he'll never be satisfied. So the Greeks, just like America, the Greeks wanted to influence their culture, have a cultural influence in every nation. Every nation. This is why, this is so deep. They wanted to go into every nation and have every nation speaking Greek. They wanted to go into every nation and have every nation practicing Greek mythology. They wanted to go in every nation and have every nation practicing all the Greek customs and dressing like the Greeks, wearing them corny ass Trojan hats, right? So this is where you get a lingua franca from. Who knows what a lingua franca is? Who knows what a lingua franca is? What is a lingua franca? And what was the lingua franca during the time of Christ? And why? Yes, sir. There we go. We got some educated brothers and sisters in this chat today. Either we got some educated brothers and sisters in the chat, or their internet is working fast on Google. Typing in lingua franca on Google. Now, who could spell it? All you niggas who got it right, spell it for me. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. So the statement I made earlier, how the Greeks wanted to have cultural influence on every nation, is the result of Greek being the lingua franca of the first century. And the chat is right. It's the common language for commerce amongst a plurality of nations. Just like the American language, I'm sorry, the English language, to fly a plane, you gotta speak English. To even sail, you have to speak English. So this is how we know that those ancient Greeks were Edomites. But the ancient Greeks before them were people of color, Japhites. Now, Alexander's dad, Philip the Macedonian, they came and conquered the black Greeks, so to speak, and they assumed their identity and nationality. And then because the Most High was destroying the land of Edom. Remember, the Most High said he's going to destroy the land of Edom. And every time they try to come back and rebuild, he was going to destroy it again. So if every time I go to this house and build it, it gets destroyed, eventually I'm going to say, let's get the hell out of here. And so that's what the Edomites did. And they conquered the Greeks and assumed their identity and nationality. So they came in, conquered us. They made us speak the language of Greek, the Greek language, and they made us translate our Hebrew scriptures into the Greek, which was known as the LXX or the Greek Septuagint. All right, the Greek Septuagint. Okay. So, soldiers Shamakia, no sir. Although Greek was the lingua franca in the first century, that didn't mean that that was the predominant language of the Israelites or even the surrounding nations. That was just the lingua franca for common commerce amongst those nations, like the bridge language, right? We spoke Paleo-Hebrew, and there's too much biblical and historical proof for that. Now, Pharaoh 3K. Once I open up the chat for questions, comment, and smoke, we could get it in on that. All right. So the reason why people say that Job was an Edomite is because in the Greek Septuagint, the last verse of the 42nd chapter of Job says that he was an Edomite. So let's just get it so you guys can know how to debunk that as well. We already debunked the fact that Caleb is a Kenizzite, but that just means a descendant of Kenaz, and there's multiple Kenazes. He's a descendant of Kenaz that comes from Judah, which is why he's reckoned as from the tribe of Judah. Let's do the same thing with Job. Let me share my screen. This should be quick, then I'll open it up for questions, comment, or smoke. Job 42. Now look at this, y'all. Job 42 and 17. Job 42 and 17. Now look what it says, y'all. And so Job died, an old man full of years. Then he died, an old man who had lived a long, full life. ESV, which is the most preferred translation of all the scholars worldwide. It says, and Job died an old man and full of days. Now I'm going to get the chat involved one more time. I know we're all over the place, but stay with me. Who knows the three ancient manuscripts that we get our Old Testament from? Ready, set, go. The three ancient manuscripts that we get the Old Testament from that we have today. What are these three ancient manuscripts? That was quick. Scotty Vaughn, MT, LXX, and DSS. This is true. MT, the Masoretic text, LXX, which is the Greek Septuagint, and then the DSS, which is the dead, or the DDS, which is the Dead Sea Scrolls. I said DDS. DSS, which is the Dead Sea Scrolls. All right. Now, all of these translations you see here, they're from either the Masoretic text or the Dead Sea Scrolls. You see, they all say the same thing, right? So we got three witnesses. Let's just deal with the Torah. Three witnesses. The Dead Sea Scrolls, the Greek Septuagint, and the Masoretic text. So we got two witnesses against one. So what do we go with, y'all? We go with the two witnesses. Of course, that's how the Torah teaches us. You guys talking about codexes. The codexes are New Testament. The codexes are not Old Testament. The codexes are New Testament. You got to remember that. The New Testament is the codex, which just means book, right? So now look, we see this, right? Now look at the King James. So Job died being old and full of days, right? Look at all of this, right? Look at all these translations. It ain't nothing but 8 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words on all of these. Right? Now look, when you get to the Greek Septuagint, look at this. The Britain Septuagint translation. Look at this shit. Are you kidding me? Wait a second. So you mean to tell me every ancient manuscript we have, it just says Job died at old age. Then we get to the damn Greek Septuagint and it's a whole synopsis? And I don't even understand how people are this, have such lack of scholarship that they would even try this. And then Hebrew Israelites, because a lot of them are stupid as hell, but I love them, they'll eat this up and believe it. Why? Because they want to save white people. You see? Jib said that don't mean it's wrong. Okay, now watch this. Jib's about to get cut. So let's watch this, right? Let's read this. And Job died. This is not proper hermeneutics. This isn't how you precept upon precept. This isn't how you get sound doctrine. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Watch this. And Job died an old man and full of days, and it is written that he will rise again with those whom the Lord raises up. This man is described in the, oh man. Hey, brother, Jib, you're about to get cut. Let me tell you something. There's a so-called Christian apologist, and his name is Faithful to God, who got totally eviscerated trying to teach that Job was an Edomite. Let me tell you guys what's so important here. See, if you don't know history, you won't get far in this thing. I advise you guys to learn history. Now watch this. This man, this is all in the Greek Septuagint. This man is described in the Syriac book. Wow. Now I want you guys to understand something. Yes, the Greek Septuagint predates the Dead Sea Scrolls and Masoretic texts, but this wasn't in the original Greek Septuagint. This is an addition to the Greek Septuagint. So one might argue this, brothers and sisters. One might say, well, we got to take the Dead Sea Scrolls doesn't say this. The Masoretic text doesn't say this. The Greek Septuagint says it, and it's older than both of them, so we have to take it. No. Right in this very text, you guys are about to see this saying that this was an addition to the Greek Septuagint. Meaning what? When we were translating the book of Job from Hebrew to Greek, this wasn't there. This was added in 500 AD. 800 years after the Greek Septuagint was composed, this was added in Job 42 and 17. This wasn't what Job wrote down. This wasn't what Job's scribes wrote down. Now watch this, y'all. Watch how this verse tells on itself. This man is described in the Syriac book. Who knows? I'm about to get, let's see how many of y'all are deep right now. What is the Syriac book it's talking about? I want to see who's good. Somebody gonna get a free scarf, free t-shirt, free something today. What is the Syriac book it's talking about? Who is Scotty Vaughn? Are you in Sakari? Oh, we got messengers of Israel in this thing too. Oh, them boys, get a Most High a hand. Get a Most High a hand. We got some young up and coming scholars in this thing, right? But now look at y'all. Here's the problem. This is the problem, and I don't think I can stress on this or harp on this enough. This was not in the original Job because the Syriac book is the Peshitta. What is the Peshitta? The Peshitta is the Old Testament and the New Testament translated from Hebrew and Greek to Syriac. And it was composed 400 or 500 years after Christ. Do I get it? Oh, Jib, you're cut, bro. You said that don't mean it's not true. So we know that Job scribed, this wasn't in the original Job because this was added 800 years later. So this had to be added even after the Peshitta was composed. Lord in Christ. It's just, it doesn't even take a scholar. You know, like I said, we love history. History gets deep, but that doesn't mean this is so mystical and esoteric, you know, that you guys can't get it. All you have to do is just read. What does the Bible say? Blessed is he that what? Never mind. So here, Job 42:17 in the Greek Septuagint is clearly saying that what he's about to say after this was in the Syriac book, which is the Peshitta, that was composed about 400 or 500 BC. Why I keep saying BC? Damn it, AD. You guys with me? Are y'all with me? Now watch this. So in the Syriac book, this is what the Greek Septuagint is saying, is that somewhere in the Peshitta, it says that Job is the Edomite. I don't give a good goddamn. This verse 17, as it is translated like this, ain't in the Dead Sea Scrolls, Masoretic text, and it wasn't in the original Septuagint because this is clearly saying it was an addition. Now look at this. Living in the land of Aziz, on the borders of Idumea and Arabia, and his name before was Jobab. Now, first of all, like Zamron said, first of all, one could even challenge that and say, well, show me in the Peshitta where this is at. Show me in the Peshitta where this is at. Now look, his name was Jobab. He took an Arabian wife. He begot sons. He himself, son of his father Zer, one of the sons of Esau. Get the hell out of here. Look at all this addition. Why? Why? Is it because some ancient Christian, because the Christian era was heavy during the 5th century AD, some Christian found out salvation was only for Israel, and then they tried to make an addition to the Greek Septuagint to try to make it seem like somehow an Edomite could be saved or righteous? I suppose, and I would hypothesize, right? So This is the Greek Septuagint. Now look at this, y'all. This is a scholarly source, Annette Yashiko Reed from Princeton University. Hold the prestige. Look at this. After the end of the story of Job 42 and 17, the LXX Job contains two additions. What the fuck is an addition? Excuse my language. I'm sorry, y'all. What is an addition? You guys need to get the word for it, addition. Why is it going to images? Definition. The action or process of adding something to something else. The action or process of adding something to something else. Now, we didn't need that scholarly source. We didn't even need that scholarly source. Right? Because the very verse in the Greek Septuagint says they drew this conclusion from the Peshitta, which is 800 years after the Greek Septuagint, dog. Am I tripping? Am I tripping or are y'all tripping? Or is the whole ass nigga that was teaching this, then Watchtower, whatever them niggas is, Watchtower, he's the one that was teaching this, and he's such a cornball. If I was to play his video and dissect it, he'll probably flag my channel, which is why I just got to do it from the Rogerian argument perspective. Addition. Shamlam. Addition. Look what it says. Let's go back to the scholarly source. It says it contains two additions, meaning they added to it. This isn't the original. Now watch this. Two additions with no equivalent. Oh my God. Look at this, y'all. This is about to be so bad. With no equivalent in the MT, Masoretic text, the Peshitta or the Qumran Targum or Rabbinic Targum of Job. That means Job 42 and 17 even lied by trying to say it was in the Peshitta, because you won't find it in the Peshitta. And a nigga got the nerve to teach this. Nigga got the nerve to say, predicated on Job 42 and 17, Job was an Edomite, when Job 42 and 17, out of the Greek Septuagint Job was an Edomite, because that's unfounded in the Peshitta, Masoretic text, or the Dead Sea Scrolls. This clearly says they're basing this off of the Syriac book, which was the Peshitta, but the scholarly sources in the Peshitta itself saying this ain't even in the Peshitta. In Christ. So I'm not done yet. I'm not done, but I'm done getting angry. Okay? So Jib, where Jib at? Jib, you said that don't mean it's wrong. Nigga, that's wrong. Now, if Job and Caleb are Edomites and an ethnicity can't convert into being another ethnicity, Obadiah 1 and 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. There shall not be any remaining out of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken it. All Edomites are getting exterminated. It don't matter how many, if you try to repent, you try to get circumcised, you try to wash your hands before every meal, phylacteries on your goddamn head, it don't matter. The Bible says not any shall remain. So if Job and Caleb are Edomites, their ass is grass. Now look at this. Malachi 1 and 4 says the Edomites will be the people who the Lord will hate forever. And said all of them are wicked, the border of wickedness. Right? Look at Jeremiah. So if Job is the seed of Esau and Caleb is the seed of Esau, look what it says. Jeremiah 49 and 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled. Meaning all the descendants from Esau and Esau himself are a spoiled, cursed seed. Can't be Job and Caleb. Then we go to James 5 and we prove that Job is an Israelite. James 5 and 10. Take my brethren. James' message was to the Israelites. James 1 and 1 to the 12 tribes scattered abroad. Take my brethren, the Israelites, the prophets, the Israelites, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for example, of a suffering affliction and of patience. And he's going to mention his brother and the prophet, Job. Behold, we count them happy, which endure. Ye have heard of the patience Job, and have seen the end of the Lord. The Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. Here's James, the brother of our Lord Yahushai, saying that Job is an Israelite. Now, at this moment, I will open it up for questions, comment, or smoke. What's good? Questions, comment, or smoke. If you got smoke, click the link. If you got smoke, click the link. We got a new officer out of Brooklyn. Shalom, brother. I just gave you the ratchet. Be smart with it. Okay, the brother wants to know about Shishan. So let's pull up that Shishan real quick. Okay, 1 second. Deke rock the ephod with the clear stones. Get on the Edomite's head like some earphones. CJ the Chosen, shalom, brother. What's going on?
Shalom, bro. And I got some smoke for you, Deacon.
Talk
No,
to
I'm
me.
kidding. I'm kidding. It's a question about Revelation 6, right? Seven seals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I know one of the four seals, right? When it talks about the balance, he's talking about slavery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I got a question. What does it mean when it talks about the wine? It says,
Mm-hmm. Heard not the wine or the oil?
right? Because
Yeah, basically. Go ahead.
I got something that I don't know. It might be me. Because what's your first? I want to hear your interpretation of it. I want to hear what
Well,
you
it says
think it is.
it's something that would have to happen during slavery. So it says, hurt not the oil or the wine during slavery, right?
Right.
So what that means is the truth is likened unto oil and wine. So although we, by and large and predominantly, lost our identity, nationality, and heritage, there was very few Israelites that still knew we were Israelites and were teaching it and coming to this conclusion. So that's what that means, that some of the truth will still be around even during slavery, but not by and large.
Right. Oh, okay. Because the way I see it is like when I read it, right? We know that it says that the food, right? It talks about how they were gonna give us the food in portions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it says her not the oil, not the wine, right? Now I can't say what the oil means because maybe sometimes stuff have some double meanings, like spiritual meanings and also literal meanings. Sometimes scripture have like both meanings or something like that. But my thing is this, right? I don't know here in the United States, right? But
Mm-hmm.
in Puerto Rico, right? And I'm pretty sure in other countries like Latin America as well. Uh what they do is right that you got these ghettos, right? Where mostly sometimes our people are, right? And you got a lot of the government. I'm gonna speak just in Puerto Rico because I don't know about other countries, but in the government is always hiring the prices of a lot of things, but they lower the prices of the alcohol so niggas can get drunk every weekend and every time. And a lot of people grew up with their fathers being drunker and all that. So I
Yeah,
just
no,
felt
I
like
wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
you
I
want to
wouldn't.
say something like that. You want to say
Yeah.
God, it could go with that, something like that.
Basically, you're saying that let them have liquor during slavery so they could get drunk.
Yeah, like, cause like how I just see it like that. How be that? Well, that would be a curse. I'll see it more like basically that would be more like a curse instead of something good. Like I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying it's bad. I'm saying it would be like a curse basically. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just thought
Mhm.
about it because
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I don't think it goes with the context.
I don't know. Like, why would it somehow be one context talking about food and in the other context wouldn't? Like, it's like, is he like,
Yeah, watch this. Let me show you something real quick. Let me show you something real quick. And I'm gonna answer this brother's question for Shishan after
by
this.
the way, the hell video? Remember I asked you about the hell video? I couldn't
Uh,
find it. Wasn't able to
okay,
find
I'll
that.
try to find it. I'll try to find it for you. Let's see. Pale horse. Okay.
I think it's the fourth seal, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Okay. Watch this. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see. Um. Let me see if I can pull this up. Now, if you look at the Greek word for hurt there,
Mm-hmm.
that will probably give you some more
Some insight.
context to the verse. Look
Oh,
that up,
okay.
and then I'll try to find that. You should look on San Diego Israelites,
Yeah, I
my
did. That's where I
backup
looked.
channel.
I was trying to
But
look the video.
did
Go
you
ahead.
look on Elazar's channel too?
No, no, well, there is another video, right, that I saw, but you have a one in particular where you was just going about scriptures in what does Sheol means and all that. I remember that I watched
Yeah,
that.
if you can't find it, brother, that means it's gone. Which is why I say y'all better download these videos, man. They trying to get rid of us.
Yeah, damn it. You don't have to do
Right.
like a lesson, or something like that in the future again about that, because that was dope. You brought up a bunch of scriptures, talking about basically disproving what Sheol means, saying that
Mhm.
how they say that it's they has two compartments and the rich and the beggar and all that, but you got a lot of verses disproving that, and I wanted to
Right,
see
right.
that.
I think I still got my notes on that. I may have to look. I may have it on StreamYard. I'll try to look for it. Send me a reminder on Instagram. I'll try to look for it.
Do you
If
saw
not,
what I sent you about the
I'll
mark?
just huh?
Yeah, I'll send it to you. You saw what I sent you about the mark of the beast?
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that. But I gotta verify that source. Everybody's sharing that clip around about this chip being able to detect the virus. I gotta validate that source
All
because a
right.
lot of shit be
Yeah, popping off. Yeah,
internet propaganda.
yeah. All right, Deacon. I got you.
All
Don't
right,
worry about it.
shalom, King.
So
All right. Okay, let's see. The brother asked about Shishan. 12 manner of fruit is gone too. That's crazy. That is crazy. They deleted so many videos. Shishan. So when you deal with Shishan, right? Somebody said that Shishan can become a problem uh, because this heathen is mentioned in our genealogy. To me, with all due respect, brother, that's a weak argument because Rahab the Canaanite and Ruth the Moabite is mentioned in the genealogy of the Messiah in Matthew chapter 1. Yet and still, let's just talk about it, right? Now, watch this. Let me share my screen because I promised I would answer this for this brother. Okay.
First Chronicles 2 and 35. Now watch this. Let's start at verse 34. It says, now Shishan had no sons but daughters, and Shishan had a servant, an Egyptian whose name was Jarha. So Christians will go here and say, look, a heathen can be converted to another ethnicity, right? Because they're gonna say he gave his daughters to Jarha, right? And Shishan gave his daughters to Jarha, his servant, his wife, and she bare him a tie, right? And so it goes on to mention all of his descendants. Now watch the clear distinction here. These prior are Israelites. Now watch this. This proves that you are who your father is. Watch this. Shishan, servant Egyptian, Jarha, right? So it starts naming his lineage. Now look, let's keep going. Go, 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 go. Right? And sons of Caleb's brother. And sons of Caleb's brother there. And all the sons of Caleb's brother, which were the firstborn, and the sons of the father. Hebron. Shishan got father. The sons of and Eve, and Ephah, Caleb's concubine, bears, and the sons of Caleb, concubine. These were the sons of Caleb, the son of Hur. Okay, got you. Okay, cool. So let me go back up here. Now watch this. So you're gonna see a clear switch, and this isn't Caleb, the one we just broke down either, because this is Caleb, the son of Ur, right? Not the son of Jephunneh. So look at this. It's mentioning all these people, right? Now look what it reckons them right here in verse 55. Look what it reckons. And the families of the scribes of the Jabaz, the Terathites, the Shemaathites, and the Suckites, the Succothites. That's what you niggas is, Succothites. These are the Kenites that came from out, the father of the house of Rechab, the Rechabites. So it's mentioning these guys in genealogy, but it's reckoning them as Hamites. You see, so there's a clear switch in the identification in this genealogy after he gives his daughter to this goddamn Hamite, which he's a punk ass nigga for even doing that, right? So I remember we cut the hell out of the Christian apologists with this. I asked him, I said, so everybody in First Chronicles chapter 2 are Israelites? He said, yes. I went right here. I said, are these Israelites? He said, no. Have a good night. Now, so that's how you deal with that. Just read slowly. Okay, y'all, I got like a couple more minutes. Couple more minutes. Ezekiel 18:20, a son shall not pay for the sins of his father, has nothing to do with Isaiah 14:22, prepare slaughter for the iniquity of the fathers. Ezekiel 18 and 20 is just saying, if your father is dealing with your direct son while you're living, he shouldn't have to pay for what you did. If your father gets caught stealing and gets his hand chopped off, you shouldn't punish his son for that. If your father gets caught in adultery and has to die, you shouldn't punish his son for that. That's all Ezekiel 18 and 20 is talking about, because we see all through the scriptures, even we have borne the sins of our fathers. That's Lamentations, that's Daniel, so many places in the Bible. King Corn, if you birth a child with blonde hair, if it's all blonde, then it's clean leprosy. But if it's patchy blonde, then it's unclean leprosy. I mean, you could dye it. He's just unclean though. First Ezra. Yeah, you can. You can use First Ezra 8 and 9 to prove you can put away heathen wives, but Deuteronomy 21 and also Exodus 21, I believe, would be better. If you don't want to be with them, then send them away. That's Deuteronomy 21. You're not bound to it. Israelite man is not bound to a heathen wife, and a Israelite woman is not bound to a heathen husband. Yes, the word ruddy, certain words have multiple definitions. And ruddy has a definition of red, and it also has a definition of youthful or handsome. Yeah, for those exemptions, let me just put this in the chat. For the exemptions for the jab, Sakari Vice City, hit that email in the chat for the jab exemptions. All right. That is a very good question. Mashawn C. Yes. And also, yes. You can look up the Greek Septuagint online and you can look at the Apocrypha work. That will be ancient manuscript to look at. A lot of the Apocrypha is in the Dead Sea Scrolls. A lot of the Apocrypha is in the Codex Sinaiticus, Textus Receptus as well. Okay, y'all. Isaac Bruce Hall of Fame speech. I haven't watched it yet. I see a lot of people sharing it. I haven't watched it yet. Oh, I'm looking to do a versus battle. So I'm hoping that we can get a few people to hopefully we can get some people who want to do a versus battle with me. That'll be great. Make sure you got a nice, large, extensive catalog. Let's see. All right, my bad, y'all. I just stopped on Instagram real quick. I might battle John Boy. I'm considering John Boy because he has a large body of work, or a Young Peasy. I don't know if IUIC would do a versus battle. They really The Rock, he's kind of like a singer though. So I don't want to battle a singer. Don't get me wrong. He's a very good artist though. The Rock. Ban Judah, yeah, me and the cuz need to get a song on. But I'm trying to get Beloved Dawad, Young Peasy, or John Boy for the Easy W. I'm trying to get John Boy, Beloved Dawad, or Young Peasy for the Easy W. And I need all my Israelite sisters to come, whether you pretty or petite or a BBW. But listen, against Ibar, Solomon the Jew, Deacon verse vocab, huh? Philippians 2 and 6. Go to Sakari Switchblades where we break that down. Sakari Switchblades, that scripture gets cut in 2 minutes. But yeah, we should be setting up a versus battle. We'll be announcing it shortly, Lord willing. And you know, he said, "Beloved, Mike got you." Look, at the end of the day, it's a versus battle. It is about good music, but you guys seen how the Locks took Dipset down. Dipset had all the good music, but the Locks came with bars, and that's one thing that is lacking in the Israelite community. We got a lot of dope songs, we got a lot of anthems, we got a lot of good music, but bars, we'll see. Anyway, but that'll be dope though. It's going to be a live event. You'll be able to come tune in Atlanta at a big venue or watch online. Lord willing, everything pans out. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But anyway, man, we've reached our time, brothers and sisters. We've reached our time. I love y'all, and I love all the truth. I love all these truth artists. But let me say this though too. I gotta say this. A lot of you guys, I posted on my Instagram, my Facebook. A lot of you guys came on there tagging Courtney Bell. Courtney Bell is not a truth rapper. Most of his catalog, I just listened to one of his songs from March. He's talking about sending young niggas to go and step on niggas, which means sending a young nigga to go hit you, or Percocets, and like, come on, man. The brother got dope. He's dope, just like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole is dope. But he's not a truth rapper. I'm looking for a truth rapper, okay? That we can shine the light on Hebrew Israelite music and show them that we could have exclusively truth music and bars for our brothers, sisters, women, children, right? So if you're going to tag an artist, make sure it's a truth rapper with his whole catalog, or at least his since he's came into the truth, all his albums are truth albums, right? And a lot of you guys also tagged Humble for Yah. I guess he changed his name to Anavial Servant or something. Now he got bars too, though. Don't get me wrong, but you gotta have like 20 to 30 songs for a versus, and I don't think he has that much of a body of work. But I would be kind of interested in that too, for the simple fact that I heard he was on Clubhouse the other day saying that Israelites need to stop yelling at people on the corners and we can't keep the law and all of this Christian shit. Now, I would take that and I would really, really like, let me give you guys a little insight of what I'm going to do. During every intermission, I'm going to take shots at you. I'm going to take shots at you. I'm going to take shots at you. I'm going to bully you just like Jada Kiss and Styles P was bullying them niggas. It's a different type of show here. I'm going to be like, hey, y'all go, this is supposed to be Hebrew Israelites? And y'all want to vote for the nigga who said we can't keep the law? I'm bullying shit. But anyway, man, let me stop ranting. All praise to the Most High. I hope that pans out. It'll be very fun. I'm not going to be disrespectful or call the brothers' names or anything like that. But I'm going to take jabs at you. It's a different type of monster over here. Sakari warfare is way different. But I loved y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all were edified. If you just came in, rewind it, rewatch it. I'm going to end this by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. And we do so by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. Until next time, Shalom, y'all.